Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of CookieCast. Today on CookieCast, it's football. That's right, football. The normal football variety football. It's you can't see the forest for the teas. It's me, it's James, it's Paul. It's just like old times. That's what it is. Absolutely is. There's a video, so the best place to check that video out will be YouTube. While you're there, checking us out, looking at our pretty faces, just click that subscribe button while you're there, because you know, what nice people do. You're a nice person, aren't you? So here we go. This is CookieCast. You can't see the forest for the teas. And we're off. Paul, I believe it's your turn this week.
Welcome along, everybody. Welcome to Badil and Skinner. You can't see the forest for the teas on the CookieCast platform. Yeah, welcome back in. We're here to talk some football. Although, as I'm sure avid listener and podcast alum Stuart Woodmansey would attest to, football doesn't exist anymore, so it's unnecessary. We don't need to talk about it.
I think won that.
They did. Twice, 2 games. Unbelievable. They must be playing tonight. Must be easy. Shots fired. Well, by the way we're going, both of us will be able to attest to that.
Absolutely.
It's quite funny after, obviously, spoiler alert. Quite funny after a Friday evening's game, because obviously someone was like, what's it like to be bottom? And I was like, second bottom. Like, what do you mean? I was like, well, Wednesday we got minus 12 points, so
yeah.
Even Borough on there, 0 points, is still better than minus 12 points. And then, what happened after the weekend? Who else? A different team was second bottom of the league, I believe.
Another team will have made its way all the way down to the bottom.
Exactly, Andrew. Exactly.
Bottom end
Correct.
of the table.
But what can I say? We're jumping ahead slightly. We're jumping ahead. So
Anything major that has happened this week in the world of the spherical sphere-like?
So the biggest thing is something that was announced earlier today. In that Middlesbrough are one of 3 championship clubs that this weekend will test having fans in the ground.
Oh, really? I know that.
So, Norwich, Borough, and the Atlanta Falcon. Obviously, that's the point where you would dub in the.
I'll obviously be. I'll definitely overdub that.
The completely accurate team is.
You want Norwich?
Well, you can kind of see where Borough will fit, really.
Well, I was thinking that Norwich can keep it on the bubble because you know how it
when you get the stats, just see if the listenership and viewership just tends to tail off in Norfolk. Anyway, back to the matter in hand. So Norwich and Borough were 2 of the 3 championship teams. I think I can't remember how many teams it said there was in total. I think it might have been 10. But there's a set number of games where they've agreed to do a pilot test of 1,000 fans in each game. So obviously that's 1/35th of the capacity. I
was going to go with 1/30th. I couldn't quite remember.
I can't do that math.
about 3%.
Well, 10% will be 3,500. And 1,000. Oh God, I can't do the math.
It's about.
Well, if you times
yeah.
35.
It's about 3%.
350 is 1%. So yeah, just under.
I tell you what,
Just under 3% cheese.
You're wild to get there.
It's alright though. At least my job doesn't have to, do with.
At least there's no percentages or money or numbers or figures involved in your job anywhere. And at least other people have never relied on your skills in the maths department for anything.
So,
well, dude.
part of one of the groups I'm a part of on Facebook is a Middlesbrough Sporting Club fan page. And apparently there was a lot of comments going on the fan page yesterday about season ticket holders, because over the summer, I believe season ticket holders could apply for season tickets in the usual way they would before. But if you wanted to, you could apply for season tickets in a bubble with your friends and family. And I don't know how much the limit was, but I believe it would probably be the up to 6 in a bubble idea that it was for the majority of other stuff that's taking place across the country. So the way that the Riverside is set up, I don't know if it's a case of they'll open all 4 stands, or if they'll just decide to open the West Stand, which is the biggest of the 4 stands, and just
have a little pocket.
Yeah, so they'll just divvy the people out into the certain sections. So if you've maybe got, 100 seats in each block, you put up to 2 different groups of people in each block of 100 seats. Because obviously you'll have to leave so much distance between groups and bubbles and things.
They'll have all been in the same boozer before the game anyway.
That's the thing. They'll all been in the navigation, getting tanked up for that. So it's not going to matter. All the dock grounds. I don't know if we went to dock grounds before.
No, we only ever went to Barcode.
Oh, Barcode. Why were you in here, James? Did you see outside? It was £1.40 for a pint of Foster's. Tick! That'll do for the day. That's it. So I'd say that's the biggest thing that's happened in football. Obviously, the fact that we might be getting fans back in the ground, which is obviously a massive boost. So fingers crossed that trial goes well. It's going to be tricky to see how you're going to judge it, because obviously I'd imagine, I don't know what the incubation period is for like new cases. Is it something like a week for the sort of the virus to take hold? And
will they be getting? So will they just wait for any symptoms for people raised symptomatic, or with the trial people will they actually be tested?
Well, let's put it this way. I can't see a situation where you won't be allowed into the ground unless you've either had temperature check, swab, pinprick, whatever it is they do as a test. Something like that. They do the sort of the back of the throat swab, or up the nose swab.
The temperature check will be there.
Yeah, because they can do that thing where they sort of shoot the
radar gun. I have it done every morning.
They did that at a pub we went to in New York. That was the exhibition. They had to do the radar gun.
Do you know what? The exhibition's never open.
Well, so you'd imagine that they do that for each person that goes in. As well, I don't know if they've maybe been a bit surreptitious maybe with the people they've selected. So I don't know if it's a case of they've selected all adults, or they've selected, say, 700 adults and 300 children, or if they've selected a particular age range, so they've got across the spectrum. I don't know, so I don't know enough about it, because obviously nothing's come out about individual teams. It's just that they've notified which teams are going to trial the fans back in the ground. So you'd imagine.
Have they done that based on who you're facing? Well,
obviously our game this weekend is against Bournemouth, so the idea of away fans travelling is very unlikely anyway.
Yeah,
because that's 8 hours round. Well, 8 hours one way potentially. So you'd imagine that no away fans will be. I think we're at the point where until like a vaccine or a vaccination is a possibility, I don't think you'll see many games exceed for the away supporters. Because obviously, if they can't accommodate the home fans, then they're not going to be willing to.
It's not just for the game itself, is it? You don't really want people like being in bars and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just, at the end of the day, fair enough. Yeah, it'd be nice to get people back in the grounds, but people's safety is obviously the first. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. But hopefully it'll all go off without a hitch. And then obviously you'd imagine it'd be a case of if 1,000 works, double it again until you get to a point where it's either not feasible anymore, or if they cap it at say 10,000. Well, at that point it'd be 16,000 each time. You can imagine it'd be eight.
Oh, look at him!
8 or 6.
He's
cracking the maths out now. Oh God! Amazing. Yeah, so you'd imagine that they cap it at 8 or 16,000 for a place like Borough. But obviously, the further up further down the scale you go, obviously.
Can't do that at
Bournemouth. So when it comes time for Bournemouth to try it, obviously they'll like 1,000 people is what just under 10% of their capacity.
Good maths as well. You really redeeming yourself then.
So, and then obviously at a place like Liverpool United, it's that would have been. Was that 8?
Did you get 1,000 then? Oh.
This guy!
There.
Billy Big Bollocks with the math. Anything else?
No, I don't think so. Do you want to talk about a potential transfer?
Well, far be it from me to break this breaking transfer news. James, did you send a little text through to my good self last night with some breaking transfer rumours?
Yeah, so there's a rumour that Yates is going to be leaving Forest for around 1.5 million. And the two clubs in prime position to pick him up are Millwall and Middlesbrough.
Interesting.
Which is really impressive because I think it's fair to say you're not a fan.
I believe if you were to go back through the podcast archives, when we discussed the two Middlesbrough Forest games from last season, I believe the phrase "that shithouse Yates" came out on more than one occasion, because I think he scored 3 goals all season.
I think 66% of his goals are
two of them were against the Borough in each game. So he had 100% strike rate against the Borough last season. Played 2, scored 2. What a bastard! But he's not the only player that's been linked with a move to Middlesbrough this week. Apparently, there's after the collapse of the Yaya Sanogo deal. Apparently, there's rumours that we're in for an ex-Arsenal player. Top Chuba Akpom.
Don't think I know that one.
Well, his name's Chuba, so sign him up. Let's put it this way: if we sign a guy called Chuba, you honestly think Andy's not picking him every week to score?
What was the stuff going on in one of our chats about as a whole?
Yes. So there was rumours that Borough were in to sign him on loan, and then Colin came out with a statement saying that they're in advanced talks to bring in a permanent transfer. And I think everyone was under the impression that
would have brought him in at Cardiff.
Yeah, that would rule out as a haul because he only signed for West Brom last year for 8 million. So you can't imagine they'd have to take a significant loss on it because he signed permanent. So that's probably unlikely they would bring him in on a permanent thing. But as of yet, nothing's been made official. So we wait and see.
And he's still working on them goals from last season that he owes.
Exactly. Anything Forest based on the transfer side of things?
No, I suppose I can admit that I didn't know the status of Baby Bruno. all last year I always assumed he was on loan. He actually signed a 2-year deal, and he's actually still up front.
So where is he then?
Presumably injured. He's not been in a match day squad yet. But yeah, signed a 2-year permanent deal last year.
There was another podcast I was listening to the other day where like they were discussing potential transfer targets, and someone said, "I quite like the idea of that João Carvalho at Forest." It was like, but he's the record signing. I can't see him letting him go. He's on loan to another championship club. That'd be very strange. But
it would. But if you're not going to play it,
true.
Then there's that. And he wasn't. So he played the cup game. Right. In the number 10 slot.
I see.
But he wasn't even in the squad for the QPR game. They played Freeman Central. So.
But we'll come to that.
Yeah.
We'll come to that later on. I suppose the one sort of like final thing will be that.
Oh, we did make a signing, but I've never heard.
Oh.
Like,
absolutely. What we doing on the phone?
He's a defender. A DC, I think.
DC.
Maybe an SW stroke DC.
See, this is the thing. So defender centre in the CAN nonsense. Surely it'd be CD.
Yeah.
Central defender.
We don't do CAN.
We absolutely don't.
We do Chapman. Oh, do we have to do it for the
well, we're doing it for the youth.
Yeah, so he's
the youth out there.
He's a CD. I could probably give you all these stats and then like round them all up to like an overall shithouse score that's nothing to do with them.
Yes, please, if you won't mind, James. Yeah, give him the full FIFA treat. Yeah.
I'm not sure our in joke's really gonna land there, but
I think it'll be alright.
We'll see. So yeah, I'll just try and get this guy's name for you.
Well, while James is looking for this, last thing I was going to say was that you'd like to think that, from a Borough perspective, if they do bring in any more transfers between now and the end of the transfer window closing, you'd like to think that Warnock will address the huge gaping hole that is the creativity side of the Borough team.
Have we not talked about Yates?
This guy.
I'm fucking down.
We don't need to sign Yates. We've just signed a defensive midfielder.
I don't know if he's really a defensive midfielder. We tend to just play him either in what either the DMC or the AMC because we don't really run an MC. I'm guessing. Much like the whole of the football world, you're also playing 4-2-3-1.
I don't know.
Oh no, actually you play two up top now, don't you?
He flips between like different formations. I think he on Friday night they were playing a 3-4-1-2.
Oh, Tab sat behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who knows? Didn't think they played a 4.
Well, you might as well start talking about the game
4-4-2 last night. Yeah, let's move on to last week's games, shall we?
So I've already looked at the scores. I've already done the extensive totting up of the high number of points that as a collective we are sharing amongst us. Honestly, very close. There was a lot of points, and it's come down. I can confirm there is a 1 point difference.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't even realise that people had scored points.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll probably Watford for a win.
Yeah, like I said,
no.
It's a 1 point situation where 1 point is going to
only point.
1 point is going to decide this week's scoring, gentlemen. One.
So it didn't really land to start with. You thought you just meant someone was 1 point clear, but what you mean is there was a point.
That was the joke. That was the joke, James. Yes.
Have we ever had a double make?
Well, over the 3 games, neither of the teams scored a goal.
Yeah.
So there's no goal scorers. There's no goal scoring bonus points to play.
Well, unless you pick goal scorers on the other team.
Unless you pick the goal scorers on the other team, of course. However, if we journey back to last Friday evening, I don't think any of us had the goal machine known as Craig Cathcart.
No, we certainly didn't.
Popping up with a goal.
Before they break it to me on Friday morning, he's like, neither of your picks are even in the team. So you're fucked. I'm with that.
So what was the Watford Middlesbrough score?
Watford 1, Middlesbrough 0.
Do you know what? It was boring.
It was a terrible, terrible game. I think it's one of those games where it just smacked of. Yeah, this would have been the point. Like, they're probably about 4 weeks behind where they should be, really, because at this point they would have had a lot longer of a pre-season.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make the argument that in theory they should still be fairly well ticked over at the end of last season. But it's just a case of whether some of them were like, well, it's been a long slog. I'm just gonna allow myself to have a full week off. Well, I'm not going to do anything other than go on holiday, drink some beers, maybe have a look at some women / men. Who knows?
Football.
Well, and then just go from there. But so I think personally, you're looking at a lot of the teams are going to be a little bit short paced. They're not going to be up to the speed of the game just yet because they've not had as many pre-season games as they would usually have. Wow. Oh my.
You've now spotted the one I selected.
Oh my. We'll come to that. So yeah, I think it's just a case of they're going to need another couple of weeks to get up to speed, get used to playing first team football again. And both teams were very, very it was a poor game. A lot of passes going astray.
I think you're giving them too much of the benefit of the doubt. I think they were just not very good. I don't know if that was that.
There was some bright stuff. Like Britt looked as lively as I've seen him look in many a game.
I think I don't know if expecting more complex form.
Maybe, but I think as no longer getting the captain's armband has certainly made him up his work rate for me. So you can tell that he's now
set an example now.
Yeah, exactly.
The confidence that he's going to be.
He can't really coast through games anymore because obviously if he coasts as the captain, that sets a bit of a bad example. So the rest of the team will be like, oh well, he's not putting it.
He must think a lot of it because it's not the most common thing to give your man at the top the captain's armband.
Bear in mind at this point, he's one of the club's longest serving players.
You just don't see it.
He's only been there 3 years.
You don't see it very often. A striker getting the although
is he?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. He wasn't captain before.
Wasn't.
So bit lackadaisical.
I expected more from Watford.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. But yeah, sadly 1-0 to Watford. No points.
I can confirm that Mr. James Panas had Watford down for a win, which gets him the 1 point.
No, they're at 2-0.
2-0. So that gets him the 1 point for that game of the 3 games that were predicted. Speaking of James Panas, let's talk about his shithouse team. What the fuck is going on with Forest this season, James?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
QPR!
There's only one of the 3 of us that tipped them to fucking win the league, and it wasn't me.
Much to MacLeod's disappointment.
Well, all I can say is I'll be looking for justification on this one. So, as a representative of Nottingham Forest Football Club.
To be honest, I didn't actually follow the game. I was doing stuff on Saturday. We lost. Is all I can tell you. I kept getting notifications. It seemed like there's like it didn't look like a particularly nice game. There's a few bookings in it. On the notifications. And then just the second goal at the end, whatever. I don't know what. It was 2.
Oh dear!
Did you not know?
No, it was just 1.
No.
Oh no, it was 2-0. So not 0-3 like James predicted. 0-2, wrong way around, Mr. Williams, and certainly was not 0-1 like I said it would be. obviously, with the goal scoring situation, the goal scorers being on the other side of where we were predicting goal scorers, everybody's having bagels for tea for that game.
It's a bit weird because in our prediction, Andy obviously thought Forest were going to win the league. But you were convinced that QPR were going to shift it this year. Going down! So, it's one game. Doesn't mean that's how it's going to end.
I'm just going to go back to the week before.
Okay, that don't count. But we'll get to that anyway.
It's not one game, is it?
We didn't drop as many to behind as someone might have.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's skip forward to yesterday evening then, shall we?
Let's do that.
I say the first. It wasn't even the first. It was the first trip to the river dance for this season, but it wasn't the first trip. The second trip. Sadly, Mr. Collin couldn't pick up his second win at the river dance as the manager of Middlesbrough. Sadly, we fell victim to those plucky upstarts from Oakwell that had put paid to Forest in the round before. So yeah. Oh God! Did you see the goals? Oh.
As I said, I was in the tavern and they just had
Sky Sports
News. Yeah.
So I managed to get the tablet turned on just as they were showing the goals, and they basically cut to Chris Kamara, who was covering the game, and he was just explaining that it was 1-0, and as he was explaining it, they scored again. Yeah, so I did not realise when it came from the video print, I was like, oh, bloody hell, Lewis, look at that. And he was like, oh. and I was like, oh, bloody hell, I haven't even seen the second one. But yeah, the first one was particularly bad because the ball just sort of came into the box, and their guy is obviously just given Bettinelli the eyes, and then just completely done. So he obviously shaped to make it look like he was going to whip it in the corner. Bettinelli's gone for it, all ends up, and they just basically rolled it past him into the corner. So we've proved so far that we're crap at predicting because I was convinced that. I mean, I know that was cut, but I was convinced that Barnes had been crap this year. A lot of people have got them as their outside bet to do well this season. They finished really strong. And I'm sure there was something like, I can't remember what it was. It wasn't that HITC Sport that I was watching on YouTube. It was something else, and it was something like over the last 30 games, he got 40 points out, and that's what. I was like, that's almost winning half of those games. So he's got them ticking over nicely. And obviously they were absolutely dead and buried until the second game was. Until the second last game of the season, until a certain team might have done them a huge favour by just rolling over and letting them tickle their bellies at the second to last game of the season. Well, so there was an interesting stat that because people were starting to question inclusive of the game of the week. I think we've won 1 out of our last 22 games. That cannot be true. Is it 1? I think so. They did seem to, towards the end of the season, obviously they had an absolutely catastrophic end to the season. So remember, they did seem to draw a lot of games. Yeah. They seemed to be comfortable. So prior to lockdown, there was a lot of draws. And then we came back. I think our first game back after lockdown was a win. And then I think it held on. No, Leeds played Cardiff. We did. But anyway, yeah. So we're not on a good run, but
scores wise.
Yeah. So unfortunately, Middlesbrough 0, Barnsley 2.
Mr. Williams, you had Middlesbrough down for a win. Mr. Panas, you had a draw of 0-0. I had Middlesbrough down for a win. There was no goal scorers predicted on the other side of the fence. So, second helping of bagels for tea, all round. So, the scores for the week. Paul Williams, a astronomical 0 points. This guy can't talk though, can he? Because I've enjoyed 0 points, and our winner with 1 point, James Panas. Congratulations, James. You really worked for that win this week.
I've got 2 zeros and still won the week.
That's absolutely amazing.
Unless anybody can correct me, I could only see 2 games this week.
Yes, because next week is again they're trying to smash through the early rounds of the cup. So next week it's Carabao Cup 3rd round. So which obviously, if things had gone according to plan, would have been Chelsea versus Middlesbrough. But it's not.
No.
So unless we want to adopt the principle of we support a team until they get beaten by that team, and then we support that team.
Well, that means I'm still on Barnsley.
Yeah, exactly.
And now so are you. So we're all down. We're all down.
We're all with the Barnsley.
And that means we're all in for the rest of the season.
According to my book, first game of this week is Nottingham Forest versus Cardiff City.
Yeah, so we got the TV game this week. So that might, once we finish, might factor in our Saturday plans.
As it's his game, obviously me or you need to go first. So I'll lead off, Andrew. How's about that?
Please do.
So Nottingham Forest at home, I believe.
Yeah.
Against Cardiff.
Yeah.
Both teams started fairly poorly. I think they both opened with a loss. I think Cardiff. I can't remember who Cardiff had played, but I seem to remember them getting beaten. And look, Cardiff opened up with a 0-2 home defeat to Sheffield Wednesday. Disappointing. Windass and Rhodes. Golden Rhodes getting a start. Well, who would have thought it? Yeah, disappointing starts for both teams. I will go with Cardiff to buck that trend and secure a slender 1-0 victory.
Goal scorer.
Kiefer Moore. Please. Oh. Although I kind of wish I'd gone for Aussie 2-2. Although I can't really see him scoring from right back. So.
I am very, very tempted to go 0-0 on this.
Do it,
I'm very tempted, but this is being recorded, so it's all evident. Last time, 1-0.
Well, the thing is, and I know you're going to pick because you've got to commit to your early season forecast to Forest winning the league and Graben being the top scorer, aren't you? Can't really go thinking.
But I'm trying to make it so that I get some points out of the week. So I've actually gone for Lolly. So James 3-0, yeah. Graben to score 9 times, but 6 of them not allowed. 5-0, 5-0, yeah.
No, Andy, I'm going 1-0.
Copycat.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
It could be anyone's starting, let alone scoring. I'll have to go with Graben.
Have to.
Well, I'll tell you this much. While you're throwing out scores, how about you throwing me a score for Middlesbrough versus AFC Bournemouth?
Home.
And everyone else. With fans. With supporters, no less.
One 0 to Bournemouth.
Ooh, James.
Goal scorer.
Right, Andy, I've got you some odds.
Go on then.
James Panas, 1-0 Forest, 6-1. 1-0 Bournemouth, 13-2. Gives James Panas a double of 51.5-1.
Interesting.
I'm wrong for 2-1 now.
Have you got a goal scorer for me?
Just give me 1 sec, because I don't want to pick the obvious one, King, but I maybe want to go a bit different. 1 sec, Andrew.
Whilst you do that, Andrew, why don't you give us your prediction?
I am absolutely going to do that, Paul. So, again, this is being recorded, and again, this is the last time I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. Because there's fans there, because we're getting back into the swing of things just before another lockdown, I'm going to say 1-0 to Borough.
1-0 Borough?
Last time. And seeing as he didn't score for me last time, it means I can reuse him. Fletcher.
Oh. What is that? Fletcher. So, Andrew, your 1-0 Forest, 1-0 Borough double will pay you 51.5-1.
The exact same amount as James. Interesting.
I'll go for Stanislas for the goal.
Who?
Stanislas.
Lost him.
Junior. Stanislas.
Stan, yeah, let's go with Stan.
But Junior, it'll be fine.
Jur. Mr. Williams, your team. Stan. Your team is going to destroy Bournemouth by how many goals? Give me a James Panas classic. 3-0 to Borough.
No. One of you has already picked my score.
Really?
I'm also sadly going for Middlesbrough 0, Bournemouth 1. And this seems to come back and bite me in the arse all the time. So I'll say that a player is absolute dog shit, and then he'll go and score against Borough. So this is a nailed on. Team I absolutely hate. Player I think is dog shit double. Bournemouth to win 1-0 with... Dominic Solanke to score the goal. So my away 0-1 double will give a return of 62.75-1. So you and James are both set to win exactly the same amount of money.
Yeah, weird.
I mean, we often claim money, don't we?
Yes. I mean, I'm kind of hoping we start winning because there's no more winnings in the pots. I've just been putting money in for the past couple.
For the last few weeks, I've been like, pretty sure we must have burnt through those winnings a while ago now.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Well, hopefully we'll just win one again, and then we'll be back to square one.
Indeedy doody. As far as I can see, that is the games predicted for the next week.
Certainly is.
AOB, gentlemen. AOB.
Nothing for me, sir.
Do I think so?
Real tight. I like it. Real tight. The podcast was tight as well. And on that note, I'll thank you both for taking the time out of your incredibly busy schedules to join me. I wish you both well in the coming predictions. Big scores, big money. Right. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
bye, everybody.
So there we go. What do you think to that? Another one done. Another week gone. Another week of the season gone already. Whew, they're going fast. You better catch them. YouTube watchers, do subscribe, click for notifications, even drop us a comment. Tell us what you like about the podcast. Yeah, let's do that. Everybody jump over to cookiecast.com, check us out over there, send us some form of love, social media, email, pictures. We like pictures. So yeah, that's it for this one. Till next time, I'm going to say bye, and I'll see you then. Bye.